Roces have been sold, Blading Cup is being planned, Christmas is around the corner, David Sizemore's been slapping up dragons like St George, and there's a high school for urban sports. Let's get into it. All the stunts are performed by professionals, do not attempt this yourself. But Noboru Katayama is unbelievable. It was only the other day I was singing Soichiro Kanashima's praises like a choir boy at Christmas. And Noboru is one of his finest Padawans, who is well on his way to becoming a star if he's not already considered one. Bar his unreal skills, the other thing that caught my eye was his collaboration post with the Kansai High School Urban Sports Department. It's a private school where the extracurricular activities include skating, skateboarding, hip-hop, BMX and breakdancing. You've even got a teacher in shirts and slacks teaching somebody how to do like windmills. Imagine being on the school skate team. Yeah, we just beat the Rocky Air in a game of skate. That would be unbelievable. My school had about like 1.5 footballs and maybe a spare shin pad to suit the whole school. The long jump sandpit was just full of gravel and it was used as a massive ashtray, mate. Siggy Butt City. They're also the first school to have a denim uniform. That is unbelievable. Denim blazer going to school to skate. I'm assuming Noboru is passing this class with flying colours. Absolutely clinical performance. From Japan to South Korea, Seoul Skaters put up a new idea of their Sunday skating session, and it's really cool to see their lot skating outside their training facilities and seeing that practice translate to different spots. It's also just great seeing them stick with it. It's a great bit of representation for the youth and especially girls. It's actually a bit scary how good and stylish they're becoming, but it's not too surprising because they're under the guidance of Kev and Junkyu. So you've got official skate school in Japan, you've got Kev's Style Council. Mate, in the next couple of years, it's just going to be a complete takeover, probably by the end of 2024. Kizer are pressing forward with their relaunch. So after being heavily inspired by the Higgs Boson, they've also released a product called the Shift, just like Razors. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the names are similar or anything like that. And it does actually make sense that the frame is called that considering its features, but it wouldn't have hurt to call it something different. Like you could have called it Kizer Dentures, Kizer Indecisive Frame, Kizer Moody Frame, Kizer Suits You Sir frame. The FFA frame would have made the most sense, like flat, freestyle, anti-rocker. Whatever you're into, you can quickly change the H block to suit your preferences at the time, and you can also rocker the wheels up and down, so there's loads of options with this frame. Should have called it the pick and mix frame, multiple choice frame. For better insight and more details, it's definitely worth watching the speaking specs video with Eugen and Matthias. It's definitely got very strong father and son vibes to it. Look at their cheeky faces, man. They could sell you anything. Quick change of set and they'll be selling you non-stick frying pans and moody perfume. I talked about the Them Journal last week and they're actually going to have a party for its release, and they're also going to be premiering 2 new Them Skates videos, and that's all happening on the 22nd of this month. Really excited to see what comes out of that. Everybody's getting in these December releases to try and be at the forefront of people's mind when it comes to awards. Cudot has got his new VOD documentary, Foot Moon.
Julien Cudot, a young boy who wanted to touch the sky by sending his foot to the moon.
And he's had an unbelievable year, winning stuff all over the place. Powerslide have gone full Cudot, Colonel Mustard in the dining room with the lead piping. I really wish they made a Cudot themed edit for these skates. The next Mustard 125mm are out now. If you've been enjoying the vids this year, it really helped me out if you give us a like. You can also support me by buying some of the merch. There's a Patreon, there's a YouTube membership, exclusive videos, all that kind of good stuff, and it really does genuinely help me, so cheers. So Roces have been sold. But it's good news, I think.
We'll see about that shit. Yes, we will.
It was mid-2022 when the news broke Roces were putting themselves up for sale. Roces responded to the news story with a post suggesting it was just a rumour, but they didn't really address if they were for sale or not. People picked up on this in the comments and it just kind of made it seem like there was definitely something going on and they were trying to like hide it. Now Roces team manager Martina is very passionate. She's been known to get stuck into those comment sections, dish out a few clown emojis, which is hilarious but completely unprofessional. Interestingly, their most popular video this year is actually got a clown theme to it. As if on cue, Martina jumped into the comment section and just started swinging, having a pop at people who wanted to know what was going on and trying to discredit the article. If you trust the source, which I won't, at least get the full info before getting an opinion about it. This was in the face of the fact there was a court listing, judges named, a date set for the attempted judicial sale, and this was all detailed on a website which I'm informed is like the Italian Financial Times, so it was legit.
You know, I think we kind of went into the game too, like a Segal.
From what I understand, the sale was to avoid bankruptcy. They were in debt with their creditors were like, right, let's sort this out. So they went to the courts to start a procedure for a judicial auction process, and that was in 2020, which explains the emotion behind Roces' public comments. But the lack of transparency just made it a bit more confusing and left people with more questions.
One more thing.
In steps VeNeSport's Flavio Alberti to save the day. And that's not me being dramatic, that's what the article says. Roces were looking for 5.8 million.
No deal.
But Flavio was like, we'll give you 3.3 for the lot.
It's not what you would have been offered. It's what he is offering.
For that, they get the Roces brand, patents, software, plants, machinery, equipment, movable assets, the 100% participation of the US company Roces North, also maintaining the entire workforce and a historic production site unchanged.
This is the most essential part of the Roces packaging, the toilet paper, because once you see the skate, you shit your pants. Where do you like this stuff, Mossimo?
Which is top news for Roces. Flavio Alberti will lead the company alongside new CEO Rafael Parandina, who's actually previously worked for Fila Skates. I mean, take that how you will. On paper, this is sounding good. VeNeSport is a collection of companies dedicated to sports clothing. This is housed under the network, which is made up of 76 local entrepreneurial partners. So I imagine they have the area's best interests at heart.
Sure that's not wishful thinking?
The acquisition of Roces represents a great opportunity for us to relaunch a brand that has made history, said Alberti. Relaunch sounds a little bit like we're going to do something different. Our objective is to strengthen ourselves as a reference cluster in the hard goods and sports footwear sector by aggregating the excellence of the Montebelluna and Osolo districts. I am here in sports footwear. Bring back the Roces trainer. I've been banging on about that for ages and I would love it. If that was Flavio's first move, he's like, get him in the old catalogues, Team Paradise, where are these? Let's get these back into production. This is how we're going to save it. They're dedicated to sports clothing, so that Roces team better be turning up to Winter Clash full kit on, mate. Matching uniforms. They can give Bobby a high-tech moisture wicking bow tie, like, wick away the sweat, but also it feeds him back like crucial information like his energy levels and like how consistent he's been in his run. Now you can check the statistics mid-run. The thing starts flashing and spinning around going, boo, boo, boo. They're losing interest, mate. Quick, do the backflip, do the backflip. Gianni Nardoletto talked about the upcoming Milan Cortina 2026 Olympics, talking about taking advantage of the synergies between the subsidiaries. So it sounds like the main focus is going to be the upcoming Winter Olympics. So probably the skis and the ice skates are going to be like the first priority for them. They currently do figure skates, hockey skates, kids skates and ice glamour.
What is that?
Oh my god! What is that?
They have got some wild designs. How come there isn't like a denim dogma or an alligator version? Mate, get me a croco liner going. The tartan version would have been more punk than the domestic punk ones. I think there's a lot of positives to be taken from this, especially considering sales had dropped by over 7 million euros from 2017 to 2020. And although things picked up in 2021 and 2022, if you believe these figures, they only made around 240,000 euro profit. And if they were already in debt, it seems like Roces were on the ropes. And as the articles both mentioned, the company had entered into serious difficulty.
Yes, we are in very, very deep shit.
Flavio and Veni have actually saved the day. I'm not sure how many years they could have continued at that rate. The VeNetwork closed 2022 with a pro forma consolidated turnover of 275.5 million euros, so there's going to be a little bit more room for them to play with. I guess there will be an initial period where they like see what's working and make adjustments. But maybe the team will end up getting like a really healthy wage from this. Like, give Ilya a load of money so he can blow wads on Red Bull-esque videos. He could employ a whole circus for the next one. Yuto doing a full edit being towed by a Ferrari. Like, unbelievable. You can have pasta in the shape of your favourite Roces skater. Maybe we'll see new moulds. Raffaelli might introduce a feeler-inspired designs, carbon fibre growl. Imagine they become like the new Solomon. I reckon people should be writing out a shopping list of everything they want from Roces and just sending it over to them and see what happens. The other company they recently took over was Unimontico, who offer the moulding of ski boots, decoration to assembly and even logistical management of materials. So it all seems to be leaning into the winter sports. Maybe we'll see a new boot mould inspired by ski tech, kind of like Solomon. Raffaelli's background at Feeler Skates also makes me think they might move more into the bigger market of rec skates. What do you think?
I'm not so sure about all this, you know. Come on. Yes.
All you lot with wide feet can rejoice. Powerslide just released the Storm with a wider fit all round for them big toes and heels. What's Up Unlabeled Girls released episode 19. Clips from girls from all around the world. That's another super positive thing to check out. Sticking with the positive stuff, it was really great to see the launch of the Roll Fem Club platform. It's a subscription-based service where you can learn to skate from anywhere in the world, get insights and inspiration from interviews, meet a like-minded community, and they plan on becoming the biggest community of female skaters in the world. They recently held an in-person workshop with around 30 attendees. It was a mix of inline skating, freestyle skating and quads, and they all got out there despite the cold weather. They hosted a talk about becoming a master of your own mind when skating and being able to free yourself from fear and insecurity. And then after that they had a skate session. Massive shout out to Andrina Guerrero and Avi Garrido for all their hard work in getting this together. And the Abibis Bieber Obsessed collection drops on Monday. I'll get some polls up soon for nominations and for the awards, and I'll do an awards video starting next year. Cheers for watching all the videos this year and all your support. Massive thank you to my Patreons and my YouTube channel members. I simply couldn't do this without your support, so I really appreciate it. Appreciate anybody who's left a like and a comment. Helps me to keep this thing going, helps keep the wheels churning. Here's a couple of other videos you can watch until I'm back. Yeah, it's been a mad one. Spot your dog.